What is the gap that exists between the industry and institute? Again, this gap we have analyzed after working with lots of clients in the industry and abroad, and by interaction with academicians in India and abroad. These are the gaps, fundamental gaps that I have identified. One is individualization. Next is subservience, strength and weakness, fundamental and advanced, think and road, ROH and RO. There are many more things. I have highlighted only few. This is the fundamental gap that exists between industry and institute, which you need to bridge. What is this individualization? What is this individualization? What happens in the in education institutions? Individuality is given importance. Correct. You have to write examination alone, practical lab alone, and so on. Everything right from your childhood, individualization has been given importance. Whereas in the industry, it is not like that. You need to work in a team. You need to understand another person, because a project cannot be done by individual person. You need help. You need help of your other colleagues also. Clear? That is the fundamental difference between the most important difference is individualization. That is why most of the companies spend millions of dollars in teamwork, team spirit, team building work, because the brain that is because your subconscious is it gets so much cemented by this individualization. When it comes to teamwork, you will not be able to. You are not in a position to do the good work. That is a big problem. You need to develop this kind of team spirit. You need to understand how exactly work together to achieve the result. In fact, the software industry, they have recognized this fact some time back. In the beginning, what was happening is when people were computerizing some applications, people felt, okay, we need to incorporate a lot of discipline. In the name of the discipline, they introduced a lot of processes which they call as CMMI, clean room engineering, a lot of processes. Later on, they felt that, okay, as a result of incorporation of all these processes, their return on investment was coming down. Then I thought, it is too much we are thinking. You need to reduce our thinking. They came out with the idea called lean management, or lean programming, or extreme programming, or lightweight programming, whatever it is called. Okay? What happens in these paradigm is, extreme or lightweight programming paradigm is, it is not the individual who is doing the work. It is the team that is doing the work. Because I have worked with the inventor of extreme programming. I have published papers also with him. What happens here is, if you come to extreme programming itself, what you do normally programming, how do you program? You write the code and test it. But here it is not like that. You need to write the test cases first and then you need to program. It is like the civil engineering. What do the civil engineers do before they raise the building? They first test it. Test everything and then they start building. Same concept is being used. And not only that, the programming, it is not one person is doing the programming. A pair programming, two people join together and start programming. Clear? They use it and they don't build the system in a big bang. They build the system in a small. They build the system. What they call it is in the form of stories, and there will be continuous integration. There is the whole idea about lean programming. That is to increase the return on investment. That is the idea behind. In fact, it tackles some way this. It tackles some way this individualization. Correct. Is it very clear to you what is individualization? Now onwards you start taking help of other people. So you try to understand. Okay, this is very, very important because you need to develop that kind of mindset when you go to the industry. We need to understand another person. Okay. Maybe at the end I will try to tell you one story. Okay, this is about individualization. First, try to go alone and fall down. That's all, finish. That's what happens, If you go alone without anybody's support, because you are young, you think you can go alone. But later on you realize, I have committed a mistake. A grave mistake I have committed by going alone. Then finished. Clear? That is the whole idea. What is another problem. Another gap that we have identified is subservience, servant-like attitude. I can give a lot of examples for this. One example I'll give you. In our company, we sent a team from India to Norway for requirement illustration, and the team head was a very intelligent guy, and he was coming from a very reputed institution. He went there. When in the company, what happens is we usually have fortnight meetings with the customer to understand the progress of status of the projects. He went there. Customer was very happy with him. Then what happened? I was also part of this. I was also responsible for sending this fellow to Norway. Okay. Once we started talking to the customer was very happy. When the customer is very happy, what do? You focus less and focus on other things. That's what exactly I did. We focused, instead of focusing on this project, we started focusing on other things. And we started conversing with the customer once in 2 months or something like that. Customer was very happy. And my team came back after the requirement illustration. Even I went there once. Team came back, he just started developing. Customer was very happy, interacting with my guys, I was also very happy because anyway, money was flowing, everything was happy, we were very happy. Finally, the product was delivered. He said, it is not I was expecting. We had to cancel the $10 million contract. What is the reason? The reason is precisely subservience, servant-like attitude. Problem is there is a lot of cultural mismatch, He did not understand him properly. When I did this post-mortem analysis, I found that when I spoke to him, what I found was, he said, sir, he was elder to me, I was afraid to ask questions. Surprising to me, He was such an intelligent fellow. He is coming from the top level institute in India, and he's telling me he's an elder fellow, he is an elderly person. I was afraid to ask questions. I was afraid that you may lose the project. He was afraid that I may lose the project. I was really shocked to hear these kind of statements from him, The reason is, you have been taught to be, servant-like right from our childhood. Correct? We are taught not to ask questions even in the classroom. We are taught all these things, And that thinking has sunk in his brain, and the subconscious mind has overtaken him, and he acted in a totally different way. We were really shocked when he did the post-mortem analysis of this project. We ultimately, anyway, we lost the project. I wanted to understand why exactly we lost it. Because next time we did not want to commit this kind of mistake. Then we understood. We need to give a different kind of